From our free daily newsletter, the latest from podnews.net with Spots Now. Triton Digital has released data from its Demos Plus platform highlighting a missed opportunity between podcast listeners and ad buyers. Its data shows that Black and Asian American listeners are significantly more likely than most to purchase life insurance or to switch wireless providers. But in spite of offering significantly better ROI for advertisers in those categories, investment in shows that attract those listeners continues to lag, the company says. The Webby Awards is looking for people to serve on this year's jury. They are particularly looking at expanding their expertise in podcasts, and they have plenty of podcast categories to judge every year. You can join with a link you'll find in our show notes and our newsletter at podnews.net today. There's a slot for Who Recommended You, and the answer there is probably me. My name's James Cridland. I'm Pod News' editor, and I'm an associate member of IADAS, which looks after the Webby Awards. A podcast studio probably isn't what you expect in a luxury resort in the Bahamas. Pod News sent Ariel Nissenblatt, we didn't really, to take a look at Bahama in the Bahamas, which has worked with iHeartRadio to produce a professional podcast studio. And as she reports for us, it's an encouraging sign that podcasting is part of the guest experience at resorts like this one. Podcast Nation has added 5 new shows to its network, including 3 shows through the network's relationship with UTA. The 5 additions span true crime, comedy, entertainment, pop culture, lifestyle, and business. Apple Podcasts Connect has been highlighting for the last few days that the service is currently experiencing issues with play counts in podcast analytics. We've asked for more information for you, but is the issue that Apple's version of the play count is not a very useful metric? For the Pod News Weekly Review, all of our episodes seem to show numbers, well, like this. One episode claiming it's had 60 listeners, but 367 plays. Spotify and YouTube both agree that a play is a minimum of 30 seconds, which is 30 seconds longer than Apple's definition. And a new science fiction podcast series, Only Human Bound, was the focus of a segment on ABC 13 in Rochester, in New York. The show about an AI in the future came out on Wednesday. The piece is a masterclass in how to publicize a podcast effectively, producing some video B-roll for the station to show, a carefully rehearsed explanation of what the podcast is, and adding a voice actor for additional interest. In many countries, television stations are required to produce local news programming, and most newsrooms would welcome the opportunity of a local feature like this. And in podcast news, congratulations to Podcasting Secrets, which has reached 2.5 million views and downloads since it launched in 2023. The show's the official podcast of Pod Up and is hosted by Nathan Gwilliam. The Sound Off podcast this week has Justin Jackson, the co-founder of Transistor, on as a guest. The Pod News Weekly Review celebrates the return of Sam Sethi with a look at Overcast's apparent growth and what's up with Apple Podcasts. And 1 Minute Podcast Tips celebrates episode 150 today. In this milestone episode, Danny Brown invites some of his favourite podcasters, not us clearly, to share their 1 minute tip that you can benefit from. You can join guests Ariel Nissenblatt, there she is again, Gordon Farmark, Elsie Escobar, Freddie Cruz, Rena Friedman-Watts, Tony Doe and Amanda McLaughlin, and let their tips help you be a better podcaster. And this podcast is sponsored by Spots Now. Get Spots Now's Claude and ChatGPT connector to trial for free. It'll let you ask your AI anything about podcast advertising in plain language. It's built from the ground up for podcast advertising workflows and strategic sales and buying questions to give you a competitive advantage. You won't be able to use it for free after July the 22nd, but the good news is it's July the 10th today, so you want to start testing it out today. So if you're curious about how the latest AI can work for your business, connect for free while you still can in 60 seconds at spotsnow.io/intelligence, or click on that link you'll find in our show notes. And that's the latest from our newsletter. To read all the stories and subscribe for free, we're at podnews.net.